Welcome, football fans. You're live, third down with Morgan Holder. I am the most amazing Morgan.
You know, Morgan thinks because he had surgery, he's the $6 million man or something. Anyway, I am Holder, and we are here to talk football. Now, Morgan, we both know that rookie camp is starting.
Oh, man.
But I'm going to let you send your shouts out.
You already know my shout outs. I haven't changed it up, man. Of course, got to go with Undisputed with one of the greatest tight ends ever in Sharon Sharp. First take with the best sports analyst in Stephen A. Smith. And Good Morning Football, the best breaking news football, even though they do have some falls.
Oh, some?
Some.
Well, I'm going to kick mine off with the best show, which is The Pivot. Ryan Clark, Super Bowl winning Pittsburgh Steelers safety. And I'm going to move Pat McAfee up over Get Up. And then I'm going to go with Get Up. And then, of course, Speak for Yourself.
Speaking of
lovely Joy Taylor.
Speaking of Pat McAfee, man, what do you think about his show going to ESPN?
Congratulations to Pat. I mean, that's huge.
That is huge. Everybody's job is to work for ESPN or something, something like that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. I'm pretty excited for him. I think he's going to make a good.
Last week.
And he's one of those guys who doesn't beat around the bushes. He knows his stuff, and unlike Todd McShay or the other ones, like he actually knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, that's because Pat is hands-on, right?
Right.
With players, So, and like you say, he doesn't beat around the bush. He's straight up. When he talks on his show, he is facts, right? He's facts.
And what makes us different from those shows? I think we're the best. Let me tell you why. Because we're uncut. We don't ed, none of that stuff. No scripts, nothing. That's what I like about our show. But
here we go.
But Holder,
here we go.
Man, off season is up and going right now. Like you said, OTAs, rookie camps. Something that's mind blowing is the talks of Tennessee Titans of how they might let go Malik Willis. Why? Why let him go? You haven't gave him the rings to be the future or the starter. Yes, I know they got that Levi guy from University of Kentucky. They got Ryan Tannehill, but still, you drafted this young man. The same year Kenny Pickett came out, so about 2 years ago, and you haven't gave him enough ring. So why all of a sudden now would you want to get rid of him?
Clearly, Morgan, and you know this as well as I do, is coaching. Right? I mean, they don't have the patience to groom him. And they'd rather have somebody else do it. I mean, Levis, I'm not a Levis fan.
I'm not either. I don't think he's the future. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's going to be like and I hate to say this, a Baker Mayfield. All the hype and nothing to work with.
I feel like he may probably be a career backup, would be my guess. But I mean, you talk about Tannehill, where is he going, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's in his 30s. I think you can probably trade Tannehill for maybe a 4th and 5th round pick, maybe. Why not do that? Why not keep some fresh young legs and arms on the team and let go of an old vet like Ryan Tannehill? He had his time there in Tennessee. He hasn't done nothing. Didn't go to the Super Bowl. Didn't win a Super Bowl. It's time to move on. Time to get rid of him.
Well, there's still plenty of time to grab vets, right? Because people are going to get cut, out at training camp or during training camp or what have you. So they could probably still grab another quarterback. Problem is, if you're grabbing a quarterback that's been cut, I mean, what are you getting? What are you getting? Trash. Right? So, I mean, whoever gets Malik, hopefully they'll groom him right. He'll have the right coaching. And maybe he'll start for another team next year and come back and whip the Titans.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker on that. What team do you think will feel a good fit for Mr. Malik Willis? I personally think the Falcons, because Desmond Ritter isn't that great, right? He isn't somebody to me, and we talked about this. I want to say yesterday. We've heard that he's a Matt Ryan, but worse, and I believe it.
He's a low budget Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, Ryan Tannehill. I'm sorry, my bad.
But here's the problem I have with that, Morgan. You want to send Malik Willis to a team that has a good quarterback that can, mentor him. If you send him somewhere with like Ritter, what is Ritter going to do for nothing?
What's the thing? Here's the thing, Holder. I believe Malik Willis can be a starter. I think he could be the future for a team, right? Why not trade Desmond for Malik Willis? Look at Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett didn't have to back nobody up besides that sorry ass Mitch Trubisky. And look what he's done.
Yeah, but Kenny Pickett's got good coaching.
That's true. That's true. And I'm not taking nothing away from the Falcons, but why not do something like that? The Falcons got new coaching staff now, so I don't know. They have a good.
Can you groom a second-year quarterback in training camp and then have him ready for the season?
Here's the thing: you're supposed to, right? We heard this before. Remember when they drafted Malik Willis? Ryan Tannehill said, "I'm not being no one's mentor," and I think that's what's fallen on Ryan Tannehill. I think he's scared to lose his job, so he's not going to teach this young guy how to do anything, right? But man, like you're almost about to retire. Train him up, right?
Well, that's the problem. If he's not up to that task, then he's not planning on retiring. And I think he's not going to wind up retiring. I think he's going to go from team to team on these one-year deals, right? And then he's just going to find himself out of football.
I can't
he'll retire, but I don't think he'll retire because he wants to. I think he'll retire because
pushed him out.
Nobody wants to keep him around.
Like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick was good, but he moves around team to team and finally found his way out.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick is one of them. Who else?
I think Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is going to be next.
Wentz is still young, kind of, but yeah, he's got that pattern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Carson Wentz will be a backup not before too long. But you know what? There's a lot of places that Malik can land, but I don't see him starting for a couple.
Could you see him going to maybe the Cowboys? Just curiosity, because the Cowboys are probably over Prescott's troubleism of not winning some championships.
I think he would go to a team that's more run pass option.
Okay. What about the Packers? They're looking for. I mean, they got Jordan Love, but they might be in the mix for another quarterback in the next couple of years. Even the Minnesota Vikings. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing. Hey, anybody's better than Kirk Cousins. I'm just gonna let you know.
Morgan, you really need to stop.
Speaking of Tennessee, Derrick Henry's been on a lot of teams' radars right now, but there's three teams that's sticking out to me that I'm focusing on, and these teams you might laugh, right? But I'm gonna throw them out there. The Bills. The Bills need some running games. They don't have a good running back. They don't have that spot on running back, right? I think he would be fit well with the Bills, right? And the other team.
Oh, that'll be. I mean, pretty good.
I mean, of course, the Bills have to give up some cap space, of course, right? But I think that'd be a good fit for the Bills. That way, it'll take off the passing game of going to Diggs and whoever, and then you have a good running back and Derrick Henry. Take that load off Josh Allen as well, right? I think the Bills should look in something like that. The Seahawks is another team. They're trying to play catch up now. I think they're going to be in the rebuild mode in a couple of years. Why not go after Derrick Henry for right now? I mean, they got Geno Smith, so why not go after Derrick Henry for right now at this time, right? The next one.
Go ahead.
The next one, you're going to laugh at me, but I'm going to throw this team out there just because of Joe Mixon's trouble. What's going on right now? I think the good fit would be for the Bengals to get Derrick Henry.
You are insane.
And again, the reason why is because Derrick Henry has maybe 2 years left on his contract. It's not much. It's about, I think, 12 to 15 mil. These teams I'm talking about has the cap to get him, but will they want to sign him long term? I'm going to say no. That's why I'm throwing these three teams out there, because they're just trying to get help now, not for a long term, just for a little bit.
Okay, well, I could see the Cincinnati thing happening before the Buffalo thing, because Buffalo is a team that's they're sculpted.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
If you send Henry there, he's not going to get a whole lot of touches. But then again, you do save him, right?
Right, absolutely.
So he's not getting as many touches, but I mean, what is that? Is Derrick Henry trying to be a Hall of Famer? And
I think
his touches?
I think Henry has put his work in with Tennessee Titans. I think it's time to save his legs, because I'm going to say he has about maybe 3 years left, right? 3 good years. Save his legs. Go to the team that really relies on more of the passing, like the Bengals or the Bills. That way, again, it saves his legs, right? So if he's trying to get that one last run, he can get it.
Yeah. But there's other teams that. Are we saying this because Derrick Henry has the choice, or they would trade him to whomever they want to trade him?
I'm saying because he has a choice. He wants to go to a contender. I know Seattle was not a contender, but here's the thing: Tennessee doesn't want to play against him, right? Why not trade him out of the AFC?
Which
makes sense.
Probably opens the door for more NFC teams.
Right, but
imagine him, which I know this is not going to happen, in Detroit.
Oh, man. And that crossed my mind, but I'm like, man, Detroit has too much talent over there. I don't think they need anybody else, because that team's so good.
They have a lot of
that team is so good.
It just is not going to happen. Now, I could see him going, to maybe Dallas wanting.
Yeah, because Zeke ain't there no more. Man, I hate to say this, but what about the Commanders even,
But are the Commanders really a contender this year?
No, but they had the money. They got a new ownership now.
So is Derrick Henry playing for money or for a championship?
If I was Henry, I would play for a championship. I wouldn't play for. Look, you got all that money. Play for a championship. Go to a contender.
And see, I don't know much about his contract, but can he pick who he wants to go to? Is he, or does Tennessee have a stranglehold on him? And they would trade him to a team.
I think it's up to Tennessee. I don't think he has a no clause in his contract. I gotta look for make sure, but I do believe that they can have say so what they want to do. And again, they might not even strip him off. They might just let his contract run out.
I just saw something interesting, Morgan, and this I know how you're going to react to this. Are you ready?
I am ready. Shoot me with it.
Now, listeners, if Morgan curses, he's done it before, so don't take offense to it. I just saw 5 Philadelphia Eagles predict Super Bowl. 5.
Can you please repeat that and make sure I heard you correctly?
Can you believe that 5 Eagles players? Now, Hurts wasn't one of them.
I want to make sure I'm on the same page as you. Did you say they are guaranteed a Super Bowl?
They are predicting.
What world do they live in? I mean, this is unbelievable. Like, Holder.
I kind of laughed at that too. And aren't you like cursing yourself?
Like, I want to cuss so bad. I want to. I've already said a couple cuss words at the beginning of the show, so I'm trying to hold that in, right?
I mean, if they're predicting, isn't that like guaranteed?
Yeah. But here's the thing. And you know I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I give you hell about Pittsburgh all the time. But that's the team to watch for. That is the team to watch for. Like,
so you think the Eagles don't have what it takes? Are they going to be in the playoffs?
No. They lost too much. Pittsburgh got 2 of their offensive line. They lost so much on defense. No.
They got Bradbury came back.
Woo, big deal. And they traded Miles Sanders. They let go of Miles Sanders, and they got. I mean, Swift is good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a Miles Sanders.
Well, they also picked up a weakness with Terrell Edmonds too.
Oh yeah,
he's terrible in coverage.
And I think they did that just to keep men on the field or something. I don't know. Here's my thing right now, Holder. The NFC isn't as stacked as the AFC, and you can agree with me. NFC is really, really stacked over there in AFC, right? From offense to defense. Oh, yeah. The NFC, there's 2 teams that's going to stick out to me that's going to make a run in the playoffs. And when I tell you these teams, either you're going to laugh or you're like, Sean, I can't believe you just said that. But the Detroit Lions is going to be number 1. Number 1 on that list, right? Because all the talent they have. They're young, they're hungry. Look at the run they did last year. They almost made the playoffs, right?
Absolutely.
And they got this. I mean, they might have lost a couple people, but they got the same roster over there. They didn't trade. They didn't let people go. I think DJ Chalk and Swift is the only 2 big names that left, right? And then
where did Swift wind up going?
Philadelphia. That's what I'm saying. Philadelphia.
Oh, he did go to Philly. Okay.
Yeah, but he's not a Miles Sanders. He can get you maybe 3 to 4 yards, but he's not consistent. He's not healthy. What does that leave you, right? And the next team, if everything works out right, will be the 49ers. Those are the 2 teams that people got to watch for in the NFC. Not the Eagles, not the Cowboys, not the Vikings. It is the 49ers and Lions.
You don't think the Vikings? Now you just piqued my interest.
Man.
I'm sure you believe the Vikings will go to the playoffs.
I believe, but they're going to make a push. They
won't have home field? Is that what you
No. We're going to be 1-out again. Even if we make the playoffs. Because right now, I wasn't going to talk about this until like the end, but Dalvin Cook, he might be gone. And that's going to be a big loss for us. I mean, great, we got Alexander still. But Dalvin Cook is one of those backs who can catch, block, and run. Right? And, I mean, granted, Grant's going to save a lot of money. If we trade him, we're going to save $8 million. Which $8 million doesn't seem like a lot, but come next year, we can sign a decent player. But right now, I mean, if we trade him, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Ravens would be my 3. And Ross said that because of draft picks. We want draft picks, right? Those 3 teams hold draft picks. And I don't want to play against them.
Weren't the Raiders interested?
The Raiders was, but they got Josh Jacobs. I don't see the Raiders getting him unless they trade Josh Jacobs, right?
Hey, man, that's a 1-2 punch. It just depends on how much.
Oh, absolutely.
Running backs,
and
their value is dropping.
That's true. And if we did go out there to a team like that, I would trade him for Eckler and to the Chargers. I mean, Eckler's really good, and he wants to be gone.
He's an end zone. That dude, he can find the end zone.
Exactly, but like you said, if Cook goes to the Raiders, That's gonna take a toll off of Josh Jacobs. He's a young guy, so it's gonna save his legs. Like you said, a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, can you realistically see you guys getting Eckler?
No. As much as I want to say yes, I don't think it's possible because the Chargers hold to that card, right? The Chargers know what they got to do to win, and that's to keep one of the best running backs. Even though he wants to be gone, but I don't think they're going to trade him. If they trade him, it's going to take a miracle to trade him.
So he's going to start the season with San Diego or LA.
Oh yeah, I'm afraid so. We'll
just have to wait and see what happens with that because Cook is a commodity, man. I mean, you could probably get some good
and not to mention
value for him.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing: Miami Dolphins already offered up 4th and 5th round pick for him. We should have took that because we could have got some more draft pick. We could draft more people this year in draft. But they were looking for like a 2nd and 3rd round pick. Look, if I was the Minnesota Vikings owner, don't gamble. Take that 4th and 5th round pick.
You think you can get a good running back in the 4th or 5th? Now,
Willie
Parker was undrafted.
That's true. That's what I was going to say. We might not need a running back because like I said, we got Alexander. Why not go and sign a couple, cheapies until next year, right? Work on our defense. Work on our offensive line. And that's what I would do. Draft some offensive line. That's what they could have done. Draft some offensive line, maybe some more defensive players.
Well, at the same time, too, you got Alexander Madison had that major injury.
That's true. That is true.
You definitely got to get somebody that can take some snaps and, give them some time off the field as well. Because, talking about beefing up the offensive line, right?
I mean, and what they could have done, they could have asked for Morissette. And I would take Raheem Morissette. He's not great, but he's reliable.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot. I mean, it's unbelievably, it's still early in the season, right?
Right.
So you got, cuts that are going to be coming, and not just because they're not physically able to make the team, but because of cap hits.
Oh, definitely.
Teams are still trying to solve those cap hits.
And I think that's what puts 49ers in good position, Lions, Pittsburgh in good position. It puts those teams in good position because guess what? Their cap space isn't so wide.
Omar Khan is the Pittsburgh Steelers just cut a killer Witherspoon.
And y'all didn't need
was $5 million.
And that's the thing though, but y'all didn't need to because you have that cap space, right? Just like the 49ers would, just like the Lions. But here's the thing, I think Pittsburgh's always up to something during the year. Doesn't matter what it is. They always make a splash without anybody knowing.
Lately, they have Omar Khan, and the GM, he's ripping it up.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, and I want to wait, but I can't. What went on with them signing Mason Rudolph?
Did you bring that up?
I did.
Did you bring?
I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but I wanted to cuss at them.
Like the show is called Third Down with Morgan Holder, okay? And when I got the news, I asked you.
I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want you to be like, "Oh, it's old news," like you always do. That's old news. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm letting them tell me.
I don't. Clearly, nobody wants him out there, right?
Go to the Canada League. Go to the XFL. Go to the what is that? The USAM or whatever that new football thing that comes on.
USFL.
Yeah.
He could. I don't know.
Arena football. Do something.
But here's the thing. The thing is he. Nobody wants him, so I'm sure they offer him like a really low contract.
Maybe they're just using him just to put a scare in Trubisky.
Honestly, I would put him on the practice squad.
And that's what they could.
He wouldn't get a helmet on game day. That's for sure. He wouldn't get a helmet on game day. And I'm nervous about Trubisky. So I mean,
again, Pittsburgh.
The hope is that Kenny Pickett stays. They beefed up the line.
Again, Pittsburgh's always do something dramatically changing, and it's for the best, right? So maybe them getting this bum back and keeping Trubisky, maybe it's a reason we don't see it and we don't understand it, but we will eventually, right?
Oh yeah, everything will come to the light. But you know what? Oh man, Morgan, I really wish we would re-sign Miles Jack.
There's talks that you guys could. I don't know if you heard those talks yet, but I was listening to some things today, and that would be that will be a big help on that D line.
Well, and that's what I mean. By them cutting Witherspoon, that freed up $5 million.
And Miles Jack, he's good. Don't get me wrong. When he was Jacksonville, he was great. Injuries happen. Maybe they might sign him for a year for $1 million or something like that. You never know. Or maybe two years for $1 million.
Yeah, I mean you never know, but oh my goodness. I mean when you talk about division play, you guys are the Vikings are pretty much in the clear as when you talk about the division, right?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
You guys,
because I think the Lions are going to win that division this year.
Yeah, but the Vikings are not going to be third or fourth in that division.
Oh no! Hands down, we'd be number 2. And surprisingly, we could be number 1. But looking at on paper, the Lions is the team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. In the black and blue division, yeah.
And speaking of the Lions,
how do you think these? Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of the Lions, I don't know if you heard, but they're trying to make a push for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I heard that.
So if they get D-Hop, man, I don't know what the outcome will be. I don't know what they can draft picks up players, but if they get D-Hop and keep players, the Lions is gonna hands down be the team to beat in the AFC North.
Okay, well, let's throw in a wild card with the Lions, okay? Now, history has shown this team is driven by their quarterback, Goff. If Goff does not have a good season, the Lions are done.
But last year, Jared Goff, because you got to think, last year, Jared Goff came on fire, right? The year before, he was trying to get in the control of stuff, trying to get into the system, learn a new system, did really, really phenomenal last year, right? Unbelievable. This year is going to make or break. This is his third year with the team. Let's see how he goes. If he does unbelievable, if he throws over 4,000 yards and less than 17 interceptions, he's going to come and take that team to the rings of the playoffs. And it won't be a first-round loss either. They're going to go at least the second round.
Yeah. Barring that he has a good season and he stays healthy.
Oh, absolutely. And call me crazy. I know the season's underway, but if the Lions beat the 49ers in the playoffs, I think that's the 49ers' chance to win the Super Bowl. Because like I said, those two teams are tough in the AFC. But injuries, I know injuries cost, but I'm just saying if they go pretty far in the playoffs and play each other, those two teams should win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but their backup. Who's the backup? Nate Sudfeld, I think.
Yeah.
Sudfeld.
Yeah. I don't know how good he is. I don't know a lot of stats on him, but
I don't know. I'm going to look him up because that could be a key thing this season for the Lions. If Goff starts off the season good, gets hurt, which I'm not, bringing on. I'm not bringing bad luck.
But anything's possible.
But is your backup
going to be strong enough?
Going to win a just a few games, if he's out a few games, or even one game.
Right. That's true. That is true. And here's the thing, Holder. Yesterday when we was talking back and forth, I don't know if you understood what I was saying. Like you was saying, how you guys don't have a strong backup. But here's the thing: you got a strong starter over there in Pitt, right? Minnesota don't have a strong starter or a strong backup. Period. Right? So I wouldn't complain about.
Like that guy out there. Is it Kellen Mond?
No, he's no longer there. He's playing for the Browns.
Is he gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's your backup?
Man, we have a couple, Nick Mullen or something like that, and we got a rookie from BYU who didn't take Zach Wilson's spot over in college, but yeah.
Let's light a fire under some Dallas fans.
Oh man.
Let's talk about that.
Oh man, I am glad. Whoo! So there's talk out there.
Let's talk about Dallas.
So I don't know if you heard the rattles or not. There's some talks out there, man. I was listening to some podcast shows. Micah Parsons might want to be gone after this year if they don't make it far to playoffs. What's your take on that?
No.
Yes. What is your take?
That in the air now? Has that been tweeted or is that
he made a comment on a podcast saying that if they don't make a push in the playoffs this year, he's done. Done.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Dallas fans! If you have any knowledge about that at all, please let us know about it.
I mean, Micah Parsons is a key piece on that defense.
Now, Morgan, you do have family members that are Dallas fans.
Oh, absolutely. Two of my brothers, my dad. I don't know why. I don't know why. I even got some friends as Cowboys fans, and I don't try to hate Dallas, but that's not America's team no more. That's not been America's team since the '90s. Okay. I would rather say the Giants.
Coworkers that are Dallas fans.
Not so much, man. My coworkers are Baltimore fans and New Orleans fans and Colts fans.
So I don't think that Dallas is losing their fan base. Now, what do you think will happen if Dallas doesn't make a push?
Oh, they're going to... the fans out there going to make excuses. Well, it was Prescott.
Will they release Prescott? Trade Prescott?
Here's my thing, Holder. And I've told my brothers this multiple times. It's Mike McCarthy. Let go of that.
You don't think it's Jerry Jones?
It's him too, but it's Mike McCarthy. Let go of that fat blob over there in Dallas and see what happens. He had a great team in Green Bay and only won one Super Bowl. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not feeling McCarthy either, but I don't think he has the players convinced.
It's because it's Mike McCarthy.
He's not.
And here's the thing.
He has that great team in Green Bay, and they love him in Green Bay.
And here's the thing, though.
There has to be a reason they let him go.
That's because he's sorry. He's a sorry coach. He's a big fat blob who takes up a lot of room. God.
Well, Dallas hasn't had the best of luck with coaches in the last, 10 years?
10, 11 years, something like that, yeah. Well, after since Jimmy Johnson, let's put it that way. Because I want to say Jimmy Johnson was the last coach to win a Super Bowl. I could be wrong, but I was like really young.
Barry, what was his name?
Barry,
no, this was a Dallas coach that got busted with a weapon in the airport.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Barry Switzer.
I forgot all about him. I
think he was the last coach to win.
I forgot all about him. Yeah, man.
I think he was the coach when they.
But you know what though? Here's my thing: if Sean Payton and Jerry Jones was close, like Jerry Jones is saying, why didn't Sean Payton go over to Dallas the year before he retired? Right?
Yeah, Sean Payton is a strong-minded coach, right?
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
going to do it his way.
And
he's going to do it his way. So he knew that Jerry Jones would be in the way of that. So, I mean, any smart coach, no offense to, the Big Tuna or, these other guys that went there and failed, but Peyton is not going for that.
No. I agree. Man, man.
I mean, look at the free. He's going to have freedom.
Oh, in Denver. Oh, absolutely. But he already said that he's not going to let Russell Wilson's quarterback coach come in. He's going to get his own. So,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yep. He's using. He said he's using my coach as a quarterback coach.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I like that.
It's going to light a fire underneath that team. But is Denver going to be good? Absolutely not. I think that team's a joke. It's a laughing stock.
Okay, laughing stock. So you still got them at the bottom of the division?
Oh, hell yes. Yes, hands down. Sorry, Denver fans, but it's true. It's true. Y'all give.
So what do you give Denver? How many years you give Denver to get back up on their feet? And
man, I have to
how
give.
old will Russell Wilson be?
Look,
before that happens?
I think Russell Wilson will be gone before they get back on their feet. I'm gonna say at least 4 years, and Wilson will be gone. If Wilson doesn't do anything this year with Denver, Denver will let him go next year or trade him next year.
Really?
Yes.
He's coming, so he'll be 1 year under Peyton. You don't think Peyton would give him another season?
No, Peyton wants to win. Peyton's a winning coach. He already knew, you know what I mean? He knows what he got coming in. Why?
Well, I know he saw what he had at quarterback before he left the Saints after Breeze left.
Oh, absolutely. What, Jameson Winston sorry ass and oh God.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I did. I did.
You were one of the guys that gave Jameis Winston a chance.
I wanted to. I had belief in this guy, but it failed. It all failed. It failed.
Well.
And speaking of teams, and man, I'm laughing, Holder, because the Saints, man, like they have so much talent over there, but no coaching, none.
So Morgan, sometimes you say things that make sense because I'm never going to agree with you. But in this case, I have to agree with you now. Where do you put them in their division?
Oh man, you want a particular order?
I mean, if you have them last,
so
just throw it out there.
I'm gonna have to put Carolina. I'm gonna have to put Carolina at first, right? Carolina number one. Even though, and I know people's gonna say why, they're a young team, blah blah blah. I think here's the thing. I think Carolina, what they did last year, can carry over to this year. They made a run. Yes, they got a young quarterback. Yes, they let go of a key piece in DJ Moore. But I think this team can have what it takes to win that division. So I'm going to say Carolina, then New Orleans, then Tampa Bay, then Atlanta.
So you're saying Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield will be almost last. He's going to be in third.
Not going to be the answer?
No. They would give him a year anyways. He's going to be gone by next year, if not before the season starts. He should stick with the State Farm commercial. Okay? He is terrible. I have more throwing power in my little pinky than he does in his whole arm.
Well, the shameful thing about the Saints is they were so close, right?
They was.
To get into another Super Bowl. Just so close. And now that team is just, who did they have since Drew Brees left at quarterback?
What's his name? The tight end. that Hill, or whatever his name is, Tyson Hill.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson, they had Tyson.
They had Jason
had
Winston.
Davis, they had the Red Rifle.
Yeah, Andy Dalton. So yeah, I mean they had what, 3 average quarterbacks and 1 Hall of Fame quarterback, and Drew Brees.
So yeah, I mean that team is like, they don't have a leader. They don't have.
And I think Derek Carr is going to lead that team, because you got to think, Derek Carr can win games in domes, right? But he cannot win in cold weather. The NFC doesn't play really.
Wow.
NFC doesn't really play a lot of cold games unless you go to Green Bay, because Green Bay's outside. Chicago, New York, yeah, Philadelphia, Washington. So
there's a problem.
They don't have a lot of cold games.
I'm not sold on Derek Carr yet. I mean,
and look, I'm not sold on Derek Carr either, but he is the key piece.
I would prefer, like, if Alex Smith was still playing, I would bet on Alex Smith over Derek Carr. I just would.
Okay.
I would. I mean, because Derek Carr, I'm not saying he's a slouch, but he's not that guy. You know,
he's not a captain. He's not a leader.
Championship.
Okay.
To get you one game from the big game.
Anytime I would disagree with you, but right now I have to pinpoint you are right. He is not that guy, not that leader.
Especially because you said they have no coaching.
Exactly, they don't. I mean, I don't want to get into it because it will take about 2 hours to talk about this. Speaking of NFC, Chase Young they're not picking up the 5th-year option. Do you think they're going to trade him, or do you think they're going to let him go after next year?
Oh my God, Mike Tomlin loves Chase Young. He wanted Chase Young, but they picked him before we could get to him.
And here's my thing, Holder.
He loves Chase Young.
That's the thing I was going to bring up. So the landing spot for Chase Young, if he's traded or let go. Now hear me out when I tell you this, because I got 4 teams on the radar who needs him. Right? Pittsburgh is my first. Right? Then I have the Lions. I have the Texans, and I have the Bills.
The Texans? That's interesting.
And the reason why I say Texans is because Texans are rebuilding, right? Chase Young had a serious injury. He's coming off the serious injury. He's still kind of young. So yeah, that's why I got Texans. But I honestly think his best future will be with Pitt or the Lions. Hands down. One of those 2 teams.
That being said, is that teams actually pursuing him, or does he have a choice? Will he have so they didn't pick up his 5th year, so he has the choice.
He has a choice. Absolutely has a choice, yeah. And again,
don't you think he's going to go more with a contender?
That's what I'm saying.
His talent?
That's true. That's what I was saying. I mean, that's true. So Pittsburgh or Lions would probably be his best choice, right? Again, Pittsburgh or Lions. Both teams can offer. Both teams can offer the money.
Want to go to the Jets?
No.
Really?
Yes, because we don't know how long Aaron Rodgers is going to be there, right? Everybody wants to jump on the Jets bandwagon. Not this guy. Aaron Rodgers might be there for a year, right? He's doing the same thing that Brett Favre did. He's revolving. No, I don't think he should be on the Jets bandwagon. Again.
So you're not on the Jets bandwagon
yet? No, not going to be.
Before they acquired Rodgers.
I was. I wanted Zach Wilson to take the rings. That didn't happen. They got a good team over there. It's just an old arm that's over there. Is he a Super Bowl caliber? If that was the case, how come he didn't win a Super Bowl with Green Bay?
Vikings be after Chase Young?
I don't think the Vikings would pursue Chase Young because, again, we have a good line right now on our edge rush, so I wouldn't see them pursuing Chase Young until maybe I seen how our defense looked this year with Brian Flores.
Wouldn't that be something if Dallas got?
Man, if Dallas got him, he's gonna be washed up.
Michael Parsons stays, right?
Well, if he goes to Dallas, big if he goes to Dallas, Jerry Jones he's gonna wash him up.
Well, I think if anything, Dallas needs more to work on that offense because their defense is stacked.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Stacked.
Hands down, I have to agree with you. Even though I hate Cowboys, but yes, they are stacked over there.
Oh, I hate the Cowboys with a passion. But I mean, I hate to skip around and jump around the league, but let's talk about Devontae Adams right now.
Oh man, this guy. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said?
I couldn't believe what I was reading.
But he is right though. He didn't need Aaron Rodgers to make him that superstar, right? He had Derek Carr. But here's the thing: if he doesn't do what he did last year, I don't see him doing anything again. I don't think he's gonna get over 1,000 yards receiving. No, if you don't do it this year, that's it. Done.
Done as in career, or you want out of Las Vegas?
Done like he's not gonna get a receiving. He's not gonna hit that receiving mark no more.
The dude still got a bunch of talent. If he gets with the right arm,
he does. But again, it shows, right? When you go from a straight edge, I'm going to be a Hall of Fame ballot quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, to I'm going to be a Hall of Fame maybe 3 or 4 years after I retire, if not longer, in Derek Carr, to I'm always hurt Jimmy G. Says something.
I'm going to give you two matchups. Okay, and I know you're going to have to think on these, okay? You ready for this?
Shoot at me.
I'm just going to shoot from the hip because I know how you are with matchups because you're a stats guy.
I love stats.
So this first matchup, Sauce Gardner and Devontae Adams.
Taking Sauce Gardner.
So Gardner would shut him down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He would, man, he would take that bar. He would do it. I'm telling you right now. Sauce Gardner would get a 6 pick.
Adams is pretty good.
That's true. Man. That's true. But Sauce Gardner has that step. And he can read the ball.
Okay. All right. I'll lean a little bit at you because I do like Devontae Adams, but
I like Adams too, but Sauce Gardner is a stud. You see what he did last year? Come on.
I saw what he did, but let me throw this next matchup at you. Oh my goodness. Sauce Gardner and Jamar Chase.
Why would you do that to me? Oh man.
I gotta throw it out.
You know I like both of them. I'm a big Jamar Chase fan. Sauce Gardner is a stud, like I just said, man. But it's going to be a toss-up, right? And the reason why I say that's because Jamar Chase is quick. Sauce Gardner is quick. Jamar Chase can cut. Sauce Gardner can cut with him. But I don't think Sauce Gardner has what it takes to out-jump Jamar Chase. So I'm going to go with Jamar Chase.
So let me ask you this. Does that matchup change Burrow's game plan?
Oh, absolutely. Because here's the thing, right? Sauce Gardner is one of those guys who's you have to watch and pay attention to and practice and develop against, because if not, he's going to eat you alive. It doesn't matter if you're Jamar Chase. Doesn't mean if you're Justin Jefferson. Doesn't mean if you're Devontae Adams. You have to study film on somebody like Sauce Gardner, because if not, Sauce Gardner is going to eat you alive every damn night.
So, if he stays healthy throughout his career, he's a Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down, Hall of Fame. First ballot. First ballot.
Okay. Well, because I bring that up because those are, some top 5 receivers in the NFL. 2 of the best.
Oh, two of the best. 2 of the best. Hands down. Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing. Even so, Sauce Gardner shut down Justin Jefferson last year when they played, right? Justin Jefferson plays just like Jamar Chase almost, but just not that jumping ability. He doesn't jump for the ball as much as Jamar Chase.
Well, then again, look at the quarterback too. So,
That's true. I give you that one. But yeah, I'm taking Sauce Gardner.
Justin Jefferson is pretty tough to shut down.
He is.
Sauce did it.
But I feel like if Justin Jefferson had, I think if JJ had a quarterback like Kenny Pickett or Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, Sauce Gardner ain't shutting him down. It's all about the timing and the ball too.
Well, I mean, you guys just came up on Jordan Addison too.
Oh God, I know. I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And here's the thing.
Where does that put your other receiver?
So
make him
KJ
down in the
KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne's gonna be the third slot still. He's gonna be a third receiver, which is not bad. Because when we need him, we're gonna need him, right? So we have it. KJ will be the third option.
I mean, with that, you got two deep threats.
Oh, absolutely. And KJ could be a deep threat too if Kirk Cousins gets him the ball and not giving the ball 5 yards short of first down.
Well, I think KJ will be more of a quiet player because everybody will be keying on the other two.
That's true. And here's the thing: KJ can also he does a post drag so good. So it's going to be again Kirk Cousins all up to you, big guy. Can you get the ball out of your hand in time to get to your receivers?
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like what they have in
Cincinnati. With Higgins, right? Boyd, and Chase, yeah.
So if you key on two, then that's why Higgins had some big games.
Oh, absolutely. Man, can you imagine having a quarterback like Pickett or Joe Burrow, and you have three studded receivers? Well, Joe Burrow does have those, but can you imagine having a quarterback like that caliber?
I can, Morgan, but you know what? Before we end this show, I am terrified. I am shocked beyond. You have not mentioned Lamar Jackson once.
Oh, man.
I don't know what to think because you were Mr. Lamar Jackson supporter.
I'm glad he got the deal done. I'm happy for him. I'm just not happy how Baltimore went about it, right? They could have done this sooner than thinking he was going to leave. Why do that? Why give him the money he wanted, knowing that he could have left, right? They should have got done sooner. I think the Ravens was trying to maybe send a message saying that you won't leave, or I don't know. And then you bring in Odell Beckham Jr. Who wants to play with him?
Odell Beckham just has a name, but I don't think, the product is what it used to be.
Like, look, I'm going to say this nicely. Odell is not going to play a whole season. He might play 3 games and tore his ACL again. I don't know. But, yeah, I think Baltimore...
I'm sure he's got a restriction on his contract.
And then I want to say Baltimore did get Zay Flowers, though. So that's another good stopping point with the receivers over there in Baltimore. But they don't have the talent like the Bengals or like the Pittsburgh Steelers to win that division this year.
It's...
And before I get...
my thing on the AFC North. AFC North, we both know how you feel about Cleveland's quarterback. I'm not going to even say his name.
Why would you bring up that sex predator? Why would you bring him up?
Because
that monster. How's he still in the league? How is he still in the league? Oh, my God.
Reason, Morgan, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I told you he did it. And you said, no, women always do that.
They did until I was reading the reports. The second I started reading the reports, I was like, oh, okay. He definitely did this.
So, this year he'll have plenty of time to knock the rust off.
Still last place.
Still last place?
Still last place.
Is that because of the talent they have out there or the lack
It's because it's Cleveland.
Out there because
it's Cleveland.
what you call is gone. The other running back,
Kareem Hunt.
Hunt's gone.
It's Cleveland. Cleveland is a place where people go and get, after they get washed up, right? Cleveland is a tanking team. It's a time bomb waiting to happen to explode.
So what does that mean for Nick Chubb?
I think Chubb should leave. I think he should leave. Because Nick Chubb, if you don't leave, big guy, you're not going to win a Super Bowl, buddy. You can get all these accolades, but do a Super Bowl. Nobody cares about how many rushing titles you got or how many Pro Bowls you got. You need a Super Bowl.
He needs a Super Bowl, but
the only reason why people remember Barry's
he wins a couple of rushing titles, but can he do that with Cleveland?
No. And the reason people know Barry Sanders so well is because it's Barry Sanders. He was explosive. He made the Lions who they are, right? Nick Chubb can't do that with Browns. Nick Chubb cannot take the Browns to the playoffs by himself.
That's true. But he's part of what makes that offense go.
Look, the Browns just need to go ahead.
We both know that one man can't bring down Nick Chubb.
That's true. That is true. But can that Browns defense stop the Pittsburgh Steelers offense or the Cincinnati Bengals offense? No, they cannot. No, they cannot.
I haven't looked at Cleveland's schedule this year.
Oh, we could do that. We could do it right now, real quick. We got a little time. We got about 3 minutes left.
I don't know if.
The first game is against the Bengals.
They opened the season with the Bengals.
The Jets. I'm sorry, the Jets. Dang.
That's a tough game.
Yeah, because the Jets. It's preseason, but regular season, yes, is the Bengals.
So they open up a division game.
Yep, the Bengals, then you guys.
Oh, 2 division games.
Yes, and then the Titans, and then the Ravens. So it's 3 back to back after Titans.
So they don't have a chance to beat the Titans? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think Titans going to smoke them. I think Titans going to win. Look, here we go. I got the schedule pulled up. The Browns would not win until they go against. Dang, they might not win a game at all this year until they play against the Rams, and that's how I feel. And that's toward the end of the year.
Really?
The Bengals are stacked. Steelers are stacked.
Who are they playing in the NFC this year?
49ers, Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Bears.
So you don't think they can beat the Bears?
That's toward the end of the year. They play against NFC teams toward the end of the year.
So out of all the NFC teams, there will only be one.
NFC, no, because I got the 49ers in the middle, but the rest of them are toward the end.
And they'll only win one game. They'll only beat the Rams, you say.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, Cleveland fans, but yeah, it's true. Unless for some odd reason some magical stuff happens and they go on a tear.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, Cleveland, they have disciplinary issues out there.
They do.
They kill themselves in games, man. They have been the most penalized team.
That is true.
When it comes, they
and here's
give games away.
And here's the thing: I don't think Amari Cooper is that great. They still got him over there. Like last year,
I don't think he's that great.
Last year, this is their stats, right? And I know stats are different. I'm gonna do this real quick because we're running out of time. Total points per game, they got 21. They only averaged 21 points. Opponent averaged 22. Total touchdowns was 42. Opposing opponents was 42. First downs was only 350. Rushing first downs 142. Passing was 182. First down by penalty was 28. And third down percentage was terrible, was only 38%. That is not good.
Oh boy, I hate to get you started.
And, I mean, so yeah. So the Browns need to work on that if they want to make the playoffs. Because like I said, they're going to be dead last. They might not win a game this year. If they do, it's a miracle.
Okay, well, one more before we go.
Absolutely.
Who is a dark horse team that could surprise the NFL?
The Giants.
Oh, okay.
The Giants.
I wasn't thinking about the Giants, but yeah, you're right.
The Giants was making they was making a push last year. Just making that push. The Giants can be that dark horse.
Are the Giants? So you're saying they could win that division?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, any team could win any division, right? But the Giants has a good shot at winning. Has a good shot at winning that division. Yes. Like I said, like I said at the beginning of the show, Philadelphia lost a lot on offense, lost some key players on defense. Dallas, I don't know what's going on over there. Prescott this, Parkinson this, Jerry Jones is old geezer who's retired.
You're not sold at all on Philadelphia.
No. Give me about 5 games and I'll tell you for sure how I feel about Philadelphia. But right now, no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And the Cowboys.
I agree with the dark horse being the Giants. I agree with that.
So, man, I know we've missed some shows here, guys. I do apologize. With transacting some things, trying to go through some changes, see what we can do, what we need to tweak on. I do apologize, but brief with us, and we'll get through this, right? I don't want you guys to forget about us. I love doing this. Holder loves doing this. We have some big things coming on.
Yeah.
We have some big things coming on for this year coming up. Just bear with us, please. I beg you. And you would be happy. With that being said, Holder, before I forget, there was a mass shooting that happened yesterday, correct? And I want to give my condolences to that. Like, I don't know how many times this year this is going to happen. I don't know what it's going to take for us to stop killing each other in the streets or gunning each other down, right? But this is my thing. I think we should get rid of all of semi-automatic guns. We don't need them. We don't need them.
Really?
Yes. I think the semi-automatic guns should only be involved in police and military. Civilians should not have these automatic guns. Please, for the love.
That's true.
For the love of America and God's sake, children, please put the guns down. Please.
I agree, Morgan. And you know what? You hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, it's a shame that we have to send our condolences out every show.
It seems like every show. Man, hold on. We have kids, you know. And growing up, and it might have been a little bit different because you're a little bit older, but growing up, we didn't have this mass shooting like this. We didn't have this big take on one big gun down or anything. And I know I'm running over, and I do apologize, but I do want to. This is a touchy subject. Man, my 16-year-old, I was telling him it's the music that they listen to. Right, and they want to blame the generation after generation. It's not. It's the music you condone. When you hear music, people talk about drugs, women, killings. That's what makes a teenager want to do it, right? I want to join a gang. I want to sell drugs. No, listen. Kids from 11 to now, you have a right. You have a choice. You also have potential. Use that potential in a good manner and do what's right. Please, stop. Just put the guns down. Let's make a good living.
Yeah. Put the guns down. Let's just try to be sensible. People are dying over senseless things. $4, okay? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Not just that, man. I was reading.
French fries. Yeah, it's just
I was reading an article today, Monday, this past Monday here in Louisville, on 4th Street Live next to Sicilian Pizza. A guy got gunned down, and it's not worth taking someone's life. It's not. If you feel like it's right, go seek help. If you have a mental issue, go seek help. Being bullied, go seek help. There's people out there that will help you. Just do it the right way. Please.
Morgan, I don't know if I like this part of the show because if we're not doing picks, we're not at each other's throats.
We're not, man.
Unbelievable.
It was a touchy subject, and I got choked up a little bit there. I do apologize, guys, but it is very, very touchy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm lost. I'm lost of words here, Holder. I'm lost, man. But yeah, Holder.
Don't worry, Morgan.
Guys, like I was saying, we don't worry, Holder. Before I go off the air, Holder, we were talking about picks. There's one thing I want to bring up real quick. I'll tell you what, Holder. I've been wanting to say this to you, but I've been wanting to hold off. If you beat me this year with picks,
Oh boy,
I will wear a Pittsburgh Steelers t-shirt for the rest of next year. And I'll post it on our YouTube page.
Why are you going there?
Hold it. I owe you a 2-2 pick. I got that. Don't worry. I owe you that. I owe the fans that. So this right here will be 2-1.
Why are you going there? You're not.
Because I don't think you're going to beat me in picks. Last year we tied a lot. I didn't lose a lot. You didn't lose a lot. We tied a lot. But you're not going to beat me. And we proved that stats.
Here's the problem with that, Morgan. This season, I think we're going to actually tie a lot again because look at what's been going on with these up-and-coming teams. That's
true. But, again, fans, listeners, subscribers, if you want that, if you want Holder to take this challenge, email us. thirddownwithmorganholder@gmail.com. Third down, 3RD down, morganholder@gmail.com. Hit us on our YouTube page, subscribe, comment, tell us, say, Holder, stop being a chicken. Take Morgan's challenge. Take it. I think Holder is being a chicken right now. And Holder,
you really need to stop.
And Holder, if you lose, you have to wear a Minnesota t-shirt for next year.
Oh, jeez.
For next year.
I really don't look good in purple.
It could be gold, it could be white, it could be black. It don't have to be purple. But it has to say Minnesota Vikings.
No, purple is such a feminine color.
I look good in purple. I would wear pink if I had to.
You look great in purple.
I do.
You look great in purple because I don't, look at you as a football guy. I look at you as like a waitress.
I'm done with you, Holder. I am done. So, Holder, one more chance. Are you going to take this bet or are you going to let the fans decide?
Yeah, I'll take the bet.
That's what I'm talking about. Take one for the team, boss. All right. With that being said, guys, I do apologize for going over the show. 9 minutes. I can't wait for next time. Don't let fourth down get you.
And on that note, Morgan forcing me into this insane thing that, I'm kind of happy about it because he's going to wear the black and gold. So, with that being said, we appreciate all you listeners that tune in to us. And next week, we'll have another show where we will jump around the league because there are things that's going to happen this week. And by the next time our next show comes around, we'll have something for you guys to question us. That being said, I'm going to say stay penalty free.